Verifying that my microphone is turned on, and indeed it is. What's going on, good people? Brandmaster Martina, Britt, Yelverton here. Today's topic that we are going to be discussing is what you've been through can build your brand. So you don't have to worry about not being enough. There are some objections that we're going to cover later on, but I want to hit that one coming out of the gate. Your struggles, your setbacks, your survival stories aren't just personal, they're profitable when positioned with purpose. And that was a lot of P's. So let me say that again for you. Your struggles, setbacks, and survival stories aren't just personal for you, they're actually profitable when positioned with perfect. You didn't just go through what you went through for nothing because your experience, while they were painful, they were also powerful, and they can become the foundation of your impactful and income generating brand. So, on today's training, we're going to break down how to turn your personal journey into your professional positioning so that your story becomes someone else's breakthrough and your brand becomes unforgettable. You're not going through these trials and tribulations just for you, just to break you down, just to tear you down. You're actually going through all of this in an effort to prepare you, to build you up, to strengthen your muscle, okay? You did not survive for nothing. Your story has strength, it has strategy. When again, it is positioned properly, all right? So, the parts of your story that you've been avoiding that you, honestly, that you don't want to really talk about, once you have overcome the struggle in it, then you are available to sit in it because it will make you more relatable. Your brand isn't just about business, guys, it's a bridge from where you are to where you want to be. Yes, it's a vulnerable bridge, but that vulnerability builds trust faster than any expertise that you think you need to get from some educator, some expert. That vulnerability again builds trust faster than any expert, any expertise, or any other experience through someone else that you will encounter. When you share your transformation, you attract your aligned audience. Okay. So, here in week 5 of April, only 2 days, of course, but here in week 5 of April, we're showing you how to let your brand speak for you. Okay. Here in building with what you know, I want to remind you that what you've been through can build a brand. Your past struggles, those transitions, those breakthroughs weren't just for you, they were meant to equip you to lead others. So let's reframe how you're thinking about what you're currently going through. I am able to now reframe the thoughts of all of the jabs that I've taken, all of the bruising, even some of the brokenness, and realize all of this is meant to equip me to lead you. So let's talk about how to position your journey as the core message of your brand. And before I jump too far into this and jump over into the points, I need to share with you that if you have no idea how to position, how to purposefully talk about that which you've overcome, then you may want to jump into the Brand You community and grab the story brand based message template. It is available for you inside the free Brand You community at community.martinabrittyoverton.com. You're also available to go to learnleadandlevelup.com so that you can get this information. Because again, what you have been through, it's not just for you, it's for someone else. And it is meant to equip you so that you can be the leader that people are attracted to, that know, like, and trust you enough to do business with you, right? So, when you grab that, you will understand it is a free framework to ensure that you get through each of the points that I'm about to cover. No gatekeeping here, okay? So, point number 1, your story is the shortcut they've been looking for. Your story is the shortcut they have been looking for. You've already walked a path that your audience is just starting. You're already the expert that they need to help them understand their experience. Instead of hiding your pain points, you need to highlight the transformation. So, again, one of my online mentors, Arlen Hamilton, made me understand that you guys need to know what the brand does for you, not necessarily just what the brand is. So again, instead of hiding your pain, you highlight the transformation. So what your brand does for you, it allows you to speak from an authentic framework that you've already gone through, breaking down exactly what your brand is so that you know it genuinely and you are available to use the points of your branding that you need to use to help others. Use the points of your stories that you need to help others. The power is in the before and the after, right? And you have to be able to grow through the before so that you can get to the after, so that you can be available to share and show someone else how to do it. You only need to be one step ahead to show someone how to take the first step. Okay. And point number two, and this is where we get into the need for the story-based brand message template that you will be able to get access to. Positioning your story without oversharing. So you may be trying to figure out, how exactly do I get my story out of me? Well, the first thing that you want to do in positioning your story without oversharing is that you want to focus on the lesson, not the trauma. The lesson that you learned, the reason that you went through whatever it is you went through, not the details of what it is that you went through. There's a three-part format that I'm going to give you. Grab your pen and paper so that you can take tedious notes on these three steps. The first thing that you want to understand in three-part format is the problem, what you struggle with. The second thing is the pivot, what changed or what you discovered. And finally, the third thing is the promise, what you now know to help others, what you now help others do, how you are available to help them come out of whatever it is that they're going through. This format makes your story helpful, not just emotional. If you focus again on the lesson and not the trauma, you will be able to see the value in your trial, your tribulation, so that you can get to the triumph of that. Because again, it wasn't meant for you, it was meant to equip you. If you didn't write that one down, write that down. The trauma that you endured was not meant for you, it was meant to equip you. Reframe how you look at what it is that you went through. And point number three, using storytelling to build authority without bragging. We don't want so much emphasis and heavy and weighted, weighted attention or weighted telling of the triumph, because then you lose the value of the tribulation. You lose the value of the actual trauma. All right. So here is one of the ways that you can share and build the authority without bragging. You want to share a post that sounds something like this. Again, get your pen and pad ready. I remember when and then discuss what the lesson was from the trauma. Here's what helped me go from the lesson, the trauma to the lesson. Okay, here's what helped me go from, and then you fill in the parentheses, whatever the trauma was, to fill in the parentheses, whatever the lesson is. Okay, and finally, I created this to help others avoid what I went through. That is so increasingly powerful. And I want to use that one to connect with you just for a moment before we close out this point. Is I created this daily value give to help others avoid imposter syndrome, to help others avoid all of the objections that are going on in your head, to help others avoid the pain of what you're sitting in right now, because I understand the sitting in that pain and reasoning yourself out of it. When you're available to pay attention to what the lessons that I'm giving you are, the branding value that I'm giving you, helping you understand that you are enough, helping you understand that all of the experiences that you're going through is what is going to propel you up out of that situation. Again, it is equipping you for something greater, right? Going through the struggle of having an amazing platform like Canva, going through the mindset of understanding, but professionals use Adobe Suite. Professionals use higher end software to do the graphic design. However, the audience that is not available to afford the higher end software, they are available to get just as much professional use out of Canva. So then humbling myself to go and learn Canva and teach you Canva because I created this Canva hack or this Canva design bootcamp to help others avoid the frustration of not being able to afford the higher end Adobe Suite. Okay, helping you understand that when you show someone that you remember when you were at a place, the lesson that you got from the place, and how you moved on will help you tell your story in a format and build authority without bragging. People connect to your why, then they will trust your how. Pay attention to that. People connect to your why, then they will be able to trust your how. So let's move into point number four. And point number four, you want to turn that story into a strategy. Okay. So by being able to help you guys understand, Canva is a rabbit hole. It's so much information, it can cause overwhelm and it can cause you not to even utilize the key points of what you need it for. StreamYard can be an overwhelm, but it is such a straightforward system once you actually understand how to use it for that which you need it for. Also, High Level has a rabbit hole of features. However, when you learn to use the specific features that you need for whatever you are endeavoring to do, then you are available to pay attention to that. And trust me, my mentor has shown so many bells and whistles that will literally set people's brands ablaze in a good way. However, you can only focus on what a specific client needs at the specific time. Take them through the journey of getting that one thing built before you move on to another, right? Being able to understand what their story is, create it in a strategic way, and give them that, right? Again, that lays the foundation to not throw them off course, to allow them to do exactly what they endeavor to do to reach exactly who needs that at the exact time they need it. So when you turn that story into a strategy, you create a brand pillar around that specific area of the journey, right? Meaning, if you're trying to help, let's see, Mother's Day is coming up and you're trying to help mothers, single mothers in specific, go from burnout to balance inside of their own home, you want to ensure that you're giving them strategic pillars that are around certain areas, even age brackets of the children. Single mothers going through, you know, toddler years, single mothers going through adolescence, single mothers going through the teen years, single mothers going through bouncing their children on out of the home. If you create a brand strategy around the story, then that helps the single mother go from burnout to balance, and it keeps the focus on exactly why you're on this specific pillar. I hope that makes sense. Then when you add to that more about the journey on maybe your website, into your funnel inside of a link tree or something like that, then you're available to expand your why, helping them trust you more, even in a different area. So you could go from single mother to single mother business owner, like how to work a full-time job and still run a business as a single mother. You're available to grow the story, right, around the strategy and the end result. All right. Using storytelling in your reels or in your shorts, in your stories, in your lives, on your carousel, blog posts, I already said lives, your video, your audio, weekly to continually repeat the message. I'm not even going to go down the rabbit hole of helping you guys understand why you should be on repeat, except to say they didn't see it the first time. Okay. And so, because they didn't see it the first time, then just re strategize how you tell the story, but still keep the same consistent messaging because number one, that's what the audience is showing up for. That's what the audience is in need of, and that's what the audience needs to get through to move the needle in their particular business. So I know you may be thinking, but my story isn't that inspiring. If it's real, it's relatable, and that is what matters. You may be thinking, I'm also afraid of being too vulnerable. That's why we gave you a controlled method of delivery. You control the details. You want to ensure, again, that you share the lesson, not the entire timeline. You want to make sure that you share the lesson, not the trauma. You want to make sure you touch on what happened, but more important, it happened and what you learned from it. And finally, you may be thinking, well, no one really cares what I went through. Oh, yes, they do, especially when it helps them feel seen, heard, and guided. Because in their listening to what it is that you went through, they're also thinking, while I'm empathetic towards you, I'm trying to hear how you made it through so I can make the same pivot in my situation. They relate to you. That's value. Okay. So, again, as we close out the segment for today and as we close out the month of April, guys, what part of your journey do you believe could encourage or guide someone else? There is a part of your story that is meant, like I said, for you to get through because it's meant to equip you for someone else, right? What part of your journey do you believe could encourage or guide someone else? So, I don't know how heavy of a believer many of my followers are in certain guided areas, but I like to think heavily about signs and I know they say signs and wonders and all of that, but that reticular activating area of our brain, I think it's reticular activating. I forgot the last letter just that quick, but it's where you've been driving around in a gray car all of your life, so all you recognize is gray cars. But then, as soon as you move to a red car, you don't even notice the gray cars anymore. More red cars appear to show up for you. It's not that they appear to show up for you, it's that you've now shifted and pivoted the actual reticular activating system that you have in your brain to now notice red, not gray. I'm telling you, for some odd reason, I don't even have a gray vehicle, but I noticed that Wilson is full of white vehicles. And for some reason, gray vehicles are really in my sphere of noticeability right now. And I have no earthly idea why. But that RAS filter is extremely powerful and you should lean into it. My RAS filter was so strong that it literally manifested the house that we live in. Who, as a first time home buyer, is only shown two homes via the mobile device. We come and look at one, and it is absolutely everything we needed and asked for. This is after starting to take snapshots and screen shares and save them in August of 2024, making a decision. And I have proof of it in my photos. Can't show it to you because I got all kinds of photos in there. But trust me when I say this. I started doing snapshots of tiny homes, what do you call them, container homes in August of 2024. And then, am I saying that right? No, August of 2023. Yeah, because we're in 2025. I apologize. August of 2023, doing many screen saves on my phone, just saving images of small homes, tiny homes. And every single time I was looking at making sure they had as much yard as possible, fenced in because I was thinking about the dogs, two levels if possible because I wanted to have more land for the dogs. So why not just go up? Praise God, my knees still hanging in there. All of that type of stuff. I started in August of 2023 just doing all of these screen shares, not even knowing how I was going to be able to, afford this particular move. But I knew I wanted a family home because, of course, in my story, you guys know that I've been through, marriage and miscarriage, divorce and eviction, some surviving domestic violence, birth and death. I've been through the welfare system. I've been through it all and bounced back. So the ability to purchase the home was huge. Okay. Making the decision, yes, this is something that we should pivot to in December. Literally, I have the text message in my phone where I sent it to my realtor, Paulette Sims Realty. I think I sent it maybe December the 13th, and we signed papers on January the 31st because I was clear for so long with exactly what I thought, felt, and knew. And then I began to see and surround myself with images of us being exactly where we are. I'm telling you guys, your story has brand equity. You also need to share what shaped you. It's what will attract the people assigned to you. You don't need to pitch them. You don't need to you don't need to pitch them. You need to position yourself, your journey as the proof. If you guys want it, you can have it. If you can hold it in your head, you can have it in your hand. I hope you guys hear that. I hope you guys will receive that. I hope you guys will pay attention to that. And if you're ready to turn your story into a branded message that builds connection and credibility, then you'll join us in the brand new community. You'll join us during after office hours. You'll go and register. You'll get your account. You'll join us inside of the private Zoom to ask your burning brand or business question. You'll join us on the free webinar that's upcoming. The link will be dropped to you via email, SMS message, as well as it will start being delivered out in our videos starting on tomorrow. But to let you guys know, there will be a challenge alternative afterwards for you to come in and for you to actually work alongside us in doing exactly what we are trying to help you guys do. And that's to stop following blind leaders. It is putting potholes along your path to prosperity. And my goal is to help you understand that the gatekeepers are out here, and beware, sis ain't gatekeeping. I'm trying to help you understand exactly everything that you need to do to build your brand from your own experience, because you are enough, and what you've been through can truly, truly help you build your brand. It's meant to equip you so that you can lead others to their path of prosperity. Thank you for your time on today. I do hope to see you in after office hours. They get started as soon as we conclude this live training over in the community, the free brand new community, community.martinabrityelverton.com. Register for your account. Come on into the room with us. Click on the event link at the top of the group, and it will bring you to the calendar where you can click on today's date and join us. Thank you for your time on today. I'm excited for you and that which is already yours, and how I am assigned to be the one to help you get it. Hey y'all, hey, Brandmaster Martina Britt Yelverton here, giving you the latest update about our daily Get Your Assets in Order and Brand You series. Join me live each and every Tuesday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for actionable steps on brand building for beginners, current client revisions, and watch as we level up brands in 2025. We are covering everything from tools, tips, strategies, and systems like Canva, StreamYard, High Level, AI automations, and more. These will take you from confused to confident. So after each live stream, you can hop on Zoom with us to ask your questions and get personalized answers. If I were you, I wouldn't miss out. Mark your calendars and subscribe now to our YouTube channels. Join our free communities, and I'll say it louder for the people in the back. If you want to learn, lead, and level up as a struggling entrepreneur, we have the solution, the systems, and the experts. Our entire team is live each and every weekday at 12 p.m., 1 p.m., and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you can lunch and learn. If you snooze, you will lose. I said what I said. You heard what you heard. Now do what you know you need to do to get your assets in order.